I have to mine almost 200,000 of the worst ores in Runescape. And to make matters worse, I have nothing better than this mithril pickaxe. Why? Well, let me explain. This is Chunk Volcano, my extreme Onechunk Ironman. I've spent over 2,000 hours completing countless tasks within my chunks, all for one goal, to explore the world one chunk at a time. But there's a problem. I started in one of the worst chunks possible, a death chunk. For the last year, I've been stuck here completing many tasks I once thought were impossible, but I only have a few chunk tasks left, and each one of them are incredibly time consuming in their own ways. I really need to start these mining and smithing tasks properly, but they're a lot harder than you might expect. In my chunks, I have access to a lot of ore, including iron, which means I could simply mine iron to 85 and complete the 85 mining task fairly quickly. But the problem is the 85 smithing task because, well, I don't have access to an anvil, so I need to get all the way to 85 smithing, only smelting ore inside of a furnace. So let's start our journey of discovery before the video becomes wild later on. Another day, another grind. I am so excited to get into mining. I know I got 40 last episode, which was just enough to unlock gold, because that's probably what we need to do for smithing. But I think we just kind of get into it. I have no idea what to expect here. I should probably put this on as well, just to reduce my weight a little bit, because I'm going to be running with rocks, and it matches the pickaxe so nicely. I do have some options for mining. I have this mine up here, which is closer to a bank, but only has 3 silver, 3 gold. And then I've got this one with 6 silver, 7 gold. I really don't know if it's worth running back to the bank from here, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get ore, but realistically I kind of just want to mine the gold, but I know it's going to be really slow at this level. 65 experience per ore, and I only get 22 back into smithing, so mining's going to level about 3 times faster. So if I do this to 85 smithing, I'm going to end up with like 95 mining or something. That's nuts. Not gonna lie though, it's taken me over 2 minutes to mine 4 ore. Maybe this is not the best right now. I wonder if the silver's any better. Does this mine quicker? That was very quick. The chance of mining these ores is slim to say the least. The chance of mining gold ore looks like this, with just a 13% chance at level 40, and even at level 99 it only increases to 29%. Silver on the other hand is a little bit better, having a 37% chance of success at level 40 and a whopping 78% chance at level 99. So as you can see, gold sucks, and silver is kinda better, but at the end of the day, I need both, as gold is much better for smithing, and there's only a limited number of ores available. So let's just play it by ear. Ooh, beginner clue. I can't do that. There's no beginner clues here, even though I've got a free-to-play area. It sucks. And that is level 45, just mining normally, and it's coming out to about 9,000 experience an hour. So it's honestly not terrible. 9,000 mining experience translates to about 3,000 smithing experience. So as it stands, this is over 1,000 hours to 85 smithing without even taking into account the time it takes to make the bars. Obviously, getting more levels is going to mine the ore faster, but after looking at the ore charts, it honestly might be a tiny increase. So I need to figure something out. And the answer to that could lay in a mechanic called tick manipulation. Now, tick manipulation is hard to explain, but in simple terms, if you look at this table, each pickaxe has a certain number of game ticks before it rolls an ore's success rate. For a rune pickaxe, it's only 3 ticks, but for my best in slot, a mithril pickaxe, it's 5 ticks, or 3 seconds. Tick manipulation allows this number to be changed by performing actions that require less ticks. For example, a commonly used combination is a pestle and mortar and a clean herb, which is a 3-tick action. This is where it gets complicated, so bear with me. For ease of understanding, let's assume that I'm mining tin and have a 100% success rate. If I mine the tin normally with a mithril pickaxe, I'll get a tin ore every 5 game ticks, or 3 seconds. But if I use a 3-tick action, such as a pestle and mortar and a clean herb, and then click the tin, this overrides the mithril pickaxe's mining delay, and I'll receive an ore every 3 ticks. There's a lot more nuance to it, but that's as simple as I can explain it, and all you need to know. By performing another action, we can lower the Mithril Pickaxe's mining speed and obtain ores faster. The problem is, I have access to no regularly used tick manipulation items, so I need to do some exploration into what I actually have available and if it will actually work or not. And while I'm hunting for tick manipulation methods, I'm going to talk about today's sponsor, but don't skip yet. This sponsor's special. If you've been following me, you'll know where I stand on sponsors I don't believe in. So I'm happy to say this video is sponsored by Idle Obelisk Miner, created by Alex, one of my real life friends and a maxed RuneScape player. So do me a favor and stick around for just a minute so I can talk about it. First things first, there are no ads at all, not even optional ones, and the game will never ask you to spend money. But more importantly, the game is perfect for a RuneScape player. It follows a simple system. Mine ores to create bars, to upgrade your character and take down obelisks to progress further and unlock more content. A perfect number go up game. And the content is no joke. Alex updates this game regularly and the depth of content is insane. Let me rapid fire some content real quick. There's a fishing game which includes both shiny and legendary fish, archaeology where you level up skills and collect idols to enhance your gameplay, an RPG style skill tree to unlock permanent features and buffs, cards which function like a collection log and all have unique effects, contracts which are like slayer tasks for bars, stargazing, gifts, relic chests, and did I mention pets? Look at these cuties. It's incredible, and I'm not just saying that, this is my profile. I've played for over 160 days and I'm not even at 50% completion. It is nuts. You might have noticed some other creators in the space do some sponsors for this game recently, and if you guys genuinely like the game, Alex wants to continue supporting the RuneScape space. So if you love idle games with insane depth and want to support a developer keeping the game ad-free, go to the link in the description and download Idle Obelisk Miner today. Oh, also, if you go to this options icon and click enter code, type Tellacon for some freebies, and if you want to scam Alex, enter all of these codes too. But don't tell him. Thanks to Idle Obelisk Miner for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so we've not got that much gold and silver. We need about 150,000 to 200,000 of this, depending how much of each we get. But the only tick manipulation method that I really know that I can do is a knife and a log. Verf did this in his Snowflake series, and it's essentially just you cut, hold spacebar. So I'd do this and then move and mine, and then hold spacebar and do this and mine, without fletching the log. But I do wonder if there's something better. So I'm going to test this out for a little bit, and then we'll see if we can speed it up more. But I'm hoping that this comes out to more than 10,000 an hour, because if it does, then at least I have a little active method to do to speed it up. I went out of my way hundreds of hours to get a mithril pickaxe. So I really need this to be useful and viable. So this is kind of what I've got to figure out right now, because I actually have never used a regular log for this. Yeah, okay, so I've got it. You have to fletch, then move, then mine, and we can do this. So hopefully this speeds it up. So I'm going to practice this for another 10 minutes, then reset the tracker, and then we'll see what we can get. Does it work if I stand still? Like if I just go dirt, and then click the floor and then this? Oh, it does. Okay, so I can click the floor for it. This is good. This is fine. This should work pretty well. And I've got the hang of it now. This is really nice. So I think I am going to record how much experience I get in like an hour of doing this and compare it to what I was getting before, which was 9,700. So I am excited to see this. The only downside with mining the ore a lot faster is that my run energy is running out going to the bank and back, because when I'm doing this, I'm actually running between spots. So I hope that doesn't slow it down too much, because that's going to be an issue. Oh my God. It's always nice getting a free bank at this guy. How lovely. That saves me a lot of run energy, actually. Holy crap. They listened to my plea. I'm just going to keep putting these lamps into flexion because I do still need quite a lot of experience in it anyway, and it's already high level, so the lamps are pretty good experience. Well, that is another inventory, and if you take a look at the top right, that is 18,000 an hour, and I wasn't fully efficient with it. I am missing a few ticks still, but that's 9,000 XP in half an hour. This is twice as fast. The downside is, because I'm still mining gold and silver, the gold is still slow, and if I get 13 of each in inventory, it's under 500 smithing XP in inventory. So 18,000 XP translates to roughly 6,000 smithing, which isn't terrible. That means it's only 500 hours to get the ore, which I am happy with. But if there is a way to get a 3-tick manipulation instead of a 4, then we're laughing, and that speeds it up even more. This is honestly incredibly slow. I actually think I might test iron just to see if it's worth getting a few levels to increase the success rates on the silver and gold. I know that each level doesn't increase it by that much, but even a 1% increase over hundreds of thousands of ore goes a long way. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place right now, but it is what it is. Like, I'm trying to find the best way and fastest way to do things, because I'm going to be mining and smithing for hundreds and hundreds of hours, potentially 1,000. I'm not sure yet. And the juicy rune rock is here without a bot hitting it. 85 mining is one of my chunk tasks. It's just a shame that it coincides with 85 smithing to make a rune bar. I think I've found the fastest possible method to mine iron at my level, and it's by running in this exact pattern. The respawn timers work out so nicely too. If I only had to train mining, this would be perfect, and I'd love to do this the entire time. But obviously, we need to mine ore we can bank, and that's good for smithing. And although iron is close to silver in terms of experience, it only gets a 50% success rate. So it's essentially only around 6 experience per ore. I really do wonder how quick this is, because this feels like actually quick. Okay, that is the first level from doing this. What's the XP coming out to? 47,300 an hour. Oh my god. That is kind of insane. I could do this for 200 hours and almost be 99. That is wild. But again, I'm not banking any ore. I did just have one idea that might make mining iron worth it and actually seem viable. So let me go and see if that works, but I'm not 100% sure. My idea was, what kind of happens if I just sell all the ore to this guy? It's only 2 tockle. Never mind. Do I even... 1 sec. 7, 10. I've got 26. Yeah, it's 1 tockle per. Never mind. I guess we're not doing that, because that is going to be virtually nothing and be entirely pointless. Even if I mine iron and coal together, it's still not that good, because in the furnace, you only get 17.5 experience for these, and you get 22.5 for a gold. So I actually think I'm just going to have to keep doing these, because I don't want to waste much time. I'm going to get a couple of 1,000 ore, and then we'll see what the smithing's like. I just almost mined the entire thing before the next one spawned. I'm not sure if that's a good sign or a bad sign. It means that I'm getting better at doing this strategy, but it also means that I'm going to be stood around for a while doing nothing. Does that mean that I need to start world hopping if that becomes the case? Because if that almost happened now, it's definitely going to happen at higher levels. I've just accidentally flexed it. I need to go get some more logs in case that happens again. Oh, I lasted hours. I lasted like 2 and a bit hours before I flexed it, man. But fletching the log wasn't all that bad, as it gave me an idea. Will the tick manipulation benefit cutting trees? So I gave it a quick test, and well, it did. Not only did this make woodcutting 20% faster, but it also let me cut the trees quick enough that I could fletch the inventory at the end of the rotation, meaning there was no downtime. I am learning so many things, all because I decided to try and figure out how to tick manipulate a log for mining. I cannot believe this. I am so happy. I'm definitely going to go and get that 73 fletching this next month, I think. That is awesome. Oh, we're going to get them all in one tick. Oh! Sorry, that's the first time that's happened. Getting all the silver in one tick like that just feels so nice. And there is level 50 mining. I can't believe that I can finally train this now, but it is now at the same level as smithing, so we are getting somewhere. I want to get maybe 70 mining, and then we'll smith everything and see where the smithing's at. And then we'll probably go and finish the fletching. This is going to be a fun bout of skilling efficiently, which is something that I've not really done a lot, honestly. Oh! Oh my god, that is so close. Oh my god, that is the closest clue scroll I have got on the entire account. That is literally like 7 tiles away. Oh, I am so sad. I genuinely, if I got a step inside of my chunks, I would hold one and just drop it and try and juggle a little bit just for fun. I don't know, but oh my god. Still gonna put all these into fletching, because again, that's like 30 minutes of fletching saved in 2 lamps, so I cannot grumble. And there is level 60 mining. It has taken quite a few hours, I'm not gonna lie. And that means we've got about 80,000 smithing XP bank probably. So we're a long way away, and this is gonna take a lot longer than I originally thought. And if anyone wondered how many silver and gold you get from 60 mining, it's this, which is quite good, but I want a lot more before I start doing the smithing. And that is level 61. Obviously, we can't get a dragon pickaxe, but if we get incredibly lucky, we can get a 3rd-age pickaxe, which obviously isn't going to happen, so this is a completely irrelevant level, but I've got to pad the video somehow. Yay! I got a sapphire from a random event a little bit earlier up here, and it placed it on the ground because I didn't have room for it. But it turns out that if it gets dropped on the ground this way, it becomes an untradeable. So I'm assuming other people can't see this, and it's been way longer than 2 minutes and it's still there. The timer here is just not going down much at all. It's going down at the same rate as the clue scrolls. I don't know if this is going to be useful to anyone ever, but it means that if you do have a random event and you don't have room for the item, you can keep it on the floor for an hour. So that is really interesting. I had no idea, honestly. That is weird. Oh my god, it's finally gone. Back to being alone. I've just accidentally flexed the bow at the end of the inventory again. This ore is stacking up nicely. I've been doing this for a long time now, and the main problem is just the tick manipulation method. It's a lot of clicking. Having to hold down spacebar with one hand and do extra accurate clicks with the other is quite annoying. So I want to see if I can find another tick manipulation method in my chunk that is either slightly easier or slightly faster. I tried cutting uncut gems, but as it doesn't have an animation and processes the same tick as the experience, it doesn't work. I also tried cutting gems into bolt tips, but this is incredibly slow, so it doesn't help. And I even tried crafting leather, but it suffers the same problem as the uncut gems. So I kept looking and decided to try a bow and arrows, as hitting on rapid with a bow is only 3 ticks, 1 tick faster than fletching. And this actually worked as a method, but it didn't come without issues. There are no safe spots really, so I need to keep protect from melee up at all times, which will slow things down long term as I need to recharge the prayer. But also, it isn't actually a 3-tick method. It's a 4-tick method. For some reason, clicking attack seems to count as a tick, so it's only the same speed as fletching. On top of that, I have very limited arrows as they're very scarce in my chunks, so I couldn't afford to get any more. But then I had an incredible idea. Oh, I don't need arrows. Oh my god. Oh, why have I been holding spacebar for so long? This was incredible. Yes, it's not faster. Yes, it doesn't truly speed up the grind, but it felt so much better. No longer having to hold spacebar alongside being far less clicks just made this feel so much better, and it made mining feel so much more fun, which is something I never thought I'd say. So this is the new method. Click an NPC, click a rock. It's as simple as that, and it's so easy with no risk of actually hitting a monster. You know what? I've been dropping these beginner clues on the floor, but I haven't got a single clue step in both of my chunks, even though one of them is a free-to-play area. So to just stop clogging up my inventory, I'm probably gonna bank a clue scroll for like the first time ever. And that officially puts me over 10,000 ore and a nice 666 in the self, which does not bode well. That is about 5% of the grind, which is a little bit ridiculous to think considering that I have already been doing this for around 30 hours, but hey, let's, you know, just deal with it one step at a time, get 70 mining, see what the smithing ends up like, and bada bing, bada boosh, jobs are good. And there is 70 mining. I can now mine adamant, which is actually really cool because I do have some here. So I guess this is a milestone on the account. Let's mine one of these for fun. And there we go, the first Adior on the account, which is kind of awesome. But these are the mining goal and the smithing goal, as we all know. So I've still got quite a while to go, and we'll be going far above 85 mining. Anyway, I am going to finish this inventory, and then we are going to crack on with a little bit of smithing. Okay, I am currently level 50 smithing, and I've got quite a lot of mining XP since. I'm just going to simply smith every single thing I've got. I am going to ignore these for now because I didn't mine them. All the mining XPs come from the silver and gold, so I am just going to grab the silver and gold and just smith away. I do think this furnace is the right one to use because it's really close to the bank. This one I feel is a little bit further away because you've got to go around this corner. So I do think I'm going to stick to this one. Yeah, this has got to be closer. This is 1,000,000% got to be closer. Even if it's just a few tiles, every little helps. This is 13,000 XP an hour. That's it. Oh my god. I mean, look, I know the mining's bad, but this is also bad. Oh, that's rough. It's nice to use them though. It means that I'm using them pretty quick because I think mining it only comes out to like 5,000 smithing XP an hour. So the fact we're getting 13,000 means it's like 2.5 hours of mining for 1 hour of smithing. So I think it's okay, but this has taken a while. That is the first smithing level that I have got in over a year. Almost took an entire hour for this one level. It's coming out to 12,000. That was a 45-minute level. That is, these bars are going to take a while to get through, and I'm not even sure if I am going to get 63. This is going to be an interesting sight. Look at that butt. I've just got level 54, and what is this new message in the chat? Check the skill guide to see what your new smithing level unlocks. Okay. Oh, and it just shut. Wait, that's actually really good for video making. What the hell? So this is everything that 54 can do. I don't have an angle, so obviously I can't do this, but for other skills, this might be super useful. Thank you, Jagex. I like that. And there's another level. I love this feature. It actually shows everything. The chat box never showed everything. Like mithril cannonballs, they're new. I actually had no idea you could smith those at 55. And this is the last 19 silver. I've got the chest mark just 'cause it keeps it nice and easy when I'm AFKing a lot. I only got 56 with the silver, which is honestly lower than I thought. So I'm really hoping that the gold steps it up, because if it doesn't, we are going to be here for longer than even I thought. And that's crazy. Okay, time to start the gold. 7,000. I think I have more of this than I had silver, so this should be fun. 22.5 experience per bar. I cannot complain. It's higher than the 13.7 of silver, so we're getting about an extra 280 experience per inventory, which is actually quite significant, considering that our entire inventory before was about 400 XP with the silver. So this is huge. This is a lot faster. It doesn't feel like it, but it is for sure. And I only just noticed you do get this around the skill tab as well. And a new flash. I remembered this. This used to be in the game like a long time ago. I've just got such a nostalgic feeling where I can see icons flashing. I don't think they flash like this, but this just feels like it used to. I remember the skills flashing and you'd click it and you'd get what you unlocked. Oh, this feels so good. I am so happy they've added this again. Sometimes you do forget what the levels give you, you know? Either way, this gold is a lot quicker. 200 experience doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot more than the silver. And that, my friends, is level 60. I've still got a few $1,000 left in the bank as well, so I might be able to get higher. And there's a level 62. Do we get anything useful? Mithril kite shields. I do not need one of you, boo. But that is going to be the last level that we get for now. So 70 mining has gotten us only 12 levels, which is not great, but we do still have some gold left over. It's just not enough to get another level yet. So I'm 8,800 silver bars deep, 6,424 gold, and I've still got 23 levels to go. I'd say we're about 10% of the way there. But I want to complete a chunk task this episode, and there's no way that I can do 600 hours of mining before the next video. So I want to get the 73 fletching to cut the onyx. I only need another 420,000 experience, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is 42,000 regular logs, so it's going to take a long time. I don't know what to say. I'm just an addict for completing chunk tasks after last episode. I completed so many, and after fletching, the cooking and the smithing and the jad pet are all going to take an astronomical amount of time. So let's go and do this, which is the quickest. Oh, it feels good to be back up here. If I recall properly, when I was doing the tick manipulation for mining, I found out that you could also do it up here, right? So if I just set that up, oh, that's way quicker. This has been incredibly slow in the past, coming out to like 3,000 fletching XP an hour. So if this speeds it up by even 30%, that's 4,000 XP, which is a huge difference. It's just so good. Look how fast this is. There's only 15 logs on the rotation, but I actually finished the entire rotation super quick. In fact, I really want to know which is faster. So let me record an entire rotation both with and without tick manipulation. At the top left, we can see the tick manipulation run, and at the bottom right, we can see the normal run. And as I thought, the tick manipulation run woodcuts much faster and takes a huge lead. It finished the rotation at 41 seconds. But the main problem is there's no way to speed the fletching up. So while the woodcutting is a lot faster on paper, finishing 11 seconds seconds before the normal run. The fletching slows everything down, meaning that overall, I'm only taking the runs from 78 seconds down to 67 seconds, which isn't a huge decrease. It is still worth doing though, as a 15% decrease in time takes a 100-hour grind down to 85 hours. But at least if I want to be lazier, it's not that much of a time loss. And there is level 68. Over 600,000 experience now, which is actually incredible. Under 400,000 experience to go. Wait. Join mods reaction manked on 520 for a Zarf fight pit event? Wait, that sounds really funny. You know, I'm gonna gear up, hold on. Wait. God, that Onyx looks so good in the bank, but the more important question is, do I waste my food on this? I don't think I do, right? I'm just gonna go in this for fun. Let's do this for fun. I've even got my little crossbow, look at me. Oh, this is gonna be funny. Oh my God. Why is Volcano here? Guys, I can kill Volcano in my chunk. Should we get a crystal tool seed? Wait, I'm gonna go in. Hold on. What is going on? Wait, I've not actually done this since the update. So for those that don't know, fight pits recently got updated to spawn monsters even sooner. They used to spawn like 7 minutes in, but now they just kind of spawn throughout, apparently. What is Jad doing? Oh, this is peak Runescape. This feels like we're back in 2005, man. I've never had so many people in my chunk. I want to go in. I want to play. Let me play. This looks sick. I am going to sit here until I get into one of these games, I swear. I want to... listen, an event happens in my chunk. I am not turning this down. And I want to see what these, like, NPC spawns are out. Does even Jad spawn? Because I'm pretty sure it only went, like, rangers and mages before. But the problem is they don't give any tockle. So even if they do spawn, I think it's going to be a annoying thing. But we'll see. There's that many people here right now that I can't even, like, see people render in properly. What is going on? This right here is Frey's future. If he gets the King Black Dragon, that is going to be something. I want to be a KBD too. Could you imagine a ring that could... Ah! Jesus Christ. Imagine a ring that could transform you into, like, any boss. This is ridiculous. There's so many people. What the... Listen, 150 hours in the fight caves, and I have never seen Jad do this. What is going on? Oh my God, we're in. Wait, oh my God, there's so many people. How many is this gonna be? Shall I go stand at a corner and see if I can survive? La la. Oh my God, I'm just instantly gonna die. I've not even got food. Ah! Well, that was less people than my event, but oh my God, I could not see anybody. I didn't even survive to see any monster spawns, man. Oh, that looks ridiculous. Could you imagine if all of these had a way to drop the pet? They do look weaker, which is good, but holy crap. Listen, out of these 500 people, I have enlisted Wydega to come and protect me, and we will win this thing. We're playing the field. We've got Wydega protecting me. We're in the Dino CC, which means that they're not going to attack me, probably. And then we're gonna win. We're gonna win. There's no way I'm winning this. Look at him. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's protecting me. I'm still alive. No, don't die, Wydega. Don't do it. No, he's leaving me. No. No. The Leviathan. What the? Do I have to say anything else? What that mouth do?
The children can hear you being rude.
Okay, I'm gonna have one more try at this while Verzik stands me down. I'm gonna take every piece of gear off. look innocent. And I'm just going to see if I can run around and survive, because there is no way that people don't want to hit me in obsidian. Okay, last chance. Let's just run to a random corner and then just hope this guy doesn't hit me. I'm literally just going to stand in the corner. I am invisible. No one can see me. Oh no, someone's barraging that. Someone's barraging that. I'm going to go Okay, we're okay. Stand on the third age pickaxe. We're okay. Stand next to the third age pickaxe. See, we're fine here. No! No! Haha! Why Dager's here protecting me again? Oh my god! Look at him go! Boom! Oh, I shouldn't do that. He's got a dins. Monsters! Monsters! I finally got my dream. All I wanted to do was see the monsters in the fight pits and see if you got Tockle when you left by killing them, which I highly doubt. No! 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 Almost top 100, we're okay. Unfortunately, no Tockle for killing the bats, unless it adds it to the person's total at the end, but I doubt it because the monsters didn't give Tockle before. Okay, I am done. That was really fun. That is the most fun I've had in a long time. Just a natural 2005 style event with mods. That is so fun. But I do have to get back to fletching and get this grind done, unfortunately. Oh, I hope they do some lights again. That was so fun. And that, my friends, is level 77 woodcutting. Nothing's popping up, so I assume we don't get anything for that. I understand that fletching and woodcutting is a little bit boring content, and I'm not really showing too much unless something exciting happens. But that is another woodcutting level, and we are almost at 1.5 million experience. And that means we have chopped almost 60,000 regular logs, which is absolutely insane. I do still have 5 fletching levels to go, and even doing this, it isn't coming out to a lot of experience an hour. So we unfortunately have to do this for another 100 hours, probably less. I only need 1 million XP, like maybe 80 hours or something. So I don't know how many clips I'm going to show, but just know that even if this ends up being a short video, I am putting in some damn work. I have some good news too. Because I cut the trees so quick doing the tick manipulation method, I don't fill up my inventory. So I've just been stacking up lamps whenever randoms pop up. And that has really been helping, because if I get 10, suddenly that's like 6,000-7,000 fletching XP all at once. So hopefully that can make me feel a little bit better towards those times. And I am so excited to use them. Okay, there is the big 7-0. We get a clan announcement. That's you longbows, which we already have and can't fletch anyway. But my inventory is getting a little bit ridiculous on lamps. But luckily, a little birdie let me know some information that I really need to go and test out to see what to do with these lamps. I've been told that sailing NPCs have been changed. These used to take over 6 to 8 minutes to kill with a halberd or magic because of the damage mitigation. But apparently that is no longer a thing. So let's use this really cool new minigame menu, which I haven't used yet, to teleport here. Okay, I'm going to use the exact same setup I was using before for a completely fair comparison. I have no idea what they've done to them. I've just been told go and kill bull sharks and see if it's improved. So let's freaking do it. Okay, I have 2 methods to kill these bull sharks. One is to use a halberd and step back, and that 8 is awesome. I think these have been changed. So we can flinch them like this, and this way they don't ride off, because if I do let it hit me, it will just fly away, and I've got to bring it back with magic. But our other method is to just use magic. The thing is, when we were killing bull sharks before, all of my magic spells were just hitting ones. And now this is just absolutely decimating it. What the hell? So sailing NPCs are just like regular NPCs now, it looks like, because these used to take, I'm not kidding, 200 to 300 casts of wind strike, which is ridiculous. The fact that this is happening right now is awesome. This kill has literally happened in this clip. That is wild. I genuinely can't believe how quick that was. I don't want to say that this changes everything, because I've already got the drops that I need from bull sharks. But there's something really important that might help with cooking if this works this well. I can kill like 60 to 80 of these an hour now instead of 8. This is nuts, man. Okay, I have had my fun, and one thing is for sure. These sailing NPCs have just got 10 times easier to kill, and that is not an over-exaggeration. So why is this important, and why am I so excited? Well, let me explain. One of my last tasks is this cooking grind. I have to cook a raw shark, and my best method to train cooking is killing imps and cooking their drops, which comes out to an average of around 1200 experience per hour. So it's probably the longest grind I have, but this sailing update might save me. You see, bull sharks weren't the only sailing NPC attackable from my chunks. I also have these bad boys, murgers, and believe it or not, these are not only killable, but also have an amazing drop table consisting of raw fish primed to be cooked. Regular murgers require fishing explosives and completion of the Skippy and the Murgers mini quest, but I had a friend test these ones and the only requirement is 32 Slayer. You do not need the mini quest, which means there's potential here. Now that Jagex has made these easier to kill, all I have to do is lamp to 32 Slayer, which will take a long time, but considering I was doing the cooking grind last regardless, hopefully I'll have 32 by the time I get there. There's no guarantee that these are better than imps. They might even be worse, but the fact that they exist is amazing, and it opens up a method of collecting cooking materials while AFKing with magic. So I am excited. I was going to save these lamps for fletching and save about an hour of fletching, but all of them are going into starting this Slayer grind. And this might be a waste, I'm not going to lie. I have not tested if the sea murgers are better than imps, but at the very least, it gives me a little bit of variety. And variety is important in a 1000-hour cooking grind. And all of these lamps have actually just got me level 3, which is a huge start because those first 2 levels are the slowest. 29 Slayer levels to go and I can kill these things. All that's left to do now is channel this excitement into finishing this chunk task and putting every lamp into Slayer, which means I am going to be doing cooking last. And it is the longest grind that we have. And the next XP random was a dunce, which is awesome because that means that when I use this book of knowledge on Slayer, it's already level 4, which is insane considering that I literally just started leveling it. And there's 71, just 2 levels to go. Now, you might see something interesting, which is if I've only cut logs, why is my fletching XP off by 6? And that's because I've been doing a little bit of extra fletching while I have been really AFK. You might remember that I cut all of these gems for 67 crafting to cut this onyx, which I think was the last chunk task we completed. But I can cut these gems for fletching XP, and it's the only other real way of getting fletching XP in my chunk. It's not really too good, but if I get a chisel and just start cutting away, I do get 4.5 experience per, and it is slow, but this is the perfect thing to do while I AFK, because tick manipulation woodcutting is very high octane. So sometimes while I'm spending time with the kids or whatever else, I will just be cutting gems, but I don't have that many. So if this is about 4.5 XP, this is 5.5. I don't know, we've probably got 25,000 XP in gems, which isn't amazing, but every little helps on this goal, right? 2 levels to go, and that is a monumental moment. 2 million woodcutting XP. How many people do you genuinely think have played the game and got 80 woodcutting just from cutting 80,000 regular logs? Okay, and that is the last of every gem, apart from these ones, which aren't really going to get me much XP, so I am going to get back to woodcutting. 70,000 XP and I'm done. 70,000 XP. And I've got 7 Slayer as well. I've been getting a few lamps while doing the woodcutting, getting the gems cut, and this is leveling up like crazy. I did not expect to get 7 already. This is insane. And we are officially in the home stretch, guys. I have under 1,000 logs to cut until I can complete this chunk task. Let's just crack on with it. I'll be back in a couple of hours. And guys, this is it. This is going to be the last inventory to get 73 and finally complete my chunk task. 15 logs left. I am so excited. This has been hundreds of hours in the making. 100,000 logs cut and now fletched. Well, a little bit less, but you get the gist. 99,200 logs. And you ready? Because in 3 logs, I get to finally say we've got the level for the chunk task. It doesn't mean that I've completed it yet though, but if I click the fletching guide, I can now create onyx-tipped runite bolts, which I can't do because I can't get runite bolts, but I can now cut the onyx into the bolt tips. So let's go and do that. And here we are. If I just go in my bank and grab this onyx, I'm going to do something that is probably taboo to anyone else on the game, because this onyx is worth 2.4 million GP. And if I cut this, I can officially say chunk task completed. And a lot of money lost. That's why it's taboo. That is the first chunk task I've completed in a couple of months again, and it feels good. I've just got a few left. So next episode, let's take on Jad and finally either get that pet or get 100 kills, which is going to take a long time, so bear with me. But I am going to do nothing but Jad runs. I love you all to pieces, and thanks for bearing with me, because these episodes do take quite a while, and I will see you next time. Oh, also, fun Tellacon fact. If you didn't know, I compete in every league. By compete, I mean Rush Dragon Trophy, and I normally get front page, top 50. This league was no different. I actually had some fun and did a Dragon Rush. I went insanely dry on everything, but I did get 40 seconds. So I just thought I'd let you guys know, because not many people really know that about me. I kind of just do it to take a break and have fun. So I don't make any content on it. But if you are interested in like maybe seeing a Dragon Rush from my perspective in one video, let me know, and next league I'll record it maybe. And also, thank you so much to my Patreon subscribers. You guys have helped me out a lot in this sponsored route. Thank you to Quite Unhappy and Sander Weiss for being the top tier Tizkal Zuck members. You guys are awesome. Thank you to Kerno Tyrung for being the sole Jaddy Daddy. And thank you to everyone that has subscribed at the bat tier as well. You guys are great, and I love you all to pieces. And remember, my friend Alex did make a sick game, and this video is sponsored by Obelisk Miner, but I'm going to do a rare thing and mention it at the end as well. So please go and download it. It is genuinely a good game. I have played it a lot. Thanks for watching.